and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Sims 4 speed build for you, and this time we are building in an apartment in Evergreen Harbor. And listen, this is one of those builds, you're just gonna have to trust me that it will come together. I promise. And I know I know gives you so much confidence in like what I'm doing here, but I found that rug and I decided that I really wanted to use it. So you can imagine what an apartment looks like that is inspired by that rug. So this may very well be the most colorful build I've ever made in my life, but honestly, I love it. Like, it is insane. I feel like I feel like I'd want my house to look like this, but I feel like after a while it'd be too much. But honestly, you know what? I wish my office could look like that. How about that? You know what I mean? Like, well, I guess right now, if you've seen my office, like in the background of any of my videos or like over on Twitch, like I really do have a lot of colorful like stuff everywhere. So yeah, maybe this is like the vibe and soul of my office. You know what I mean? But anyways, I go back and forth several times until I figure out what the identity of this apartment's going to be. Like, I knew going in that it was going to be colorful because of that carpet, and you know what? We get there. And I don't actually end up using that floral wallpaper that I kind of placed over in what will be the bedroom, but I do use that paranormal floral wallpaper, except I use it in that really pretty like sapphire blue color, and it looks so good with that. And y'all, then I found these chairs, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this pattern matches that rug perfectly. And I feel like I love that pattern and I never get to use it because it's so like, it's just so colorful that I was like, oh, I'm using it. I'm definitely using it. And then I found that there's a dining table that has like a cloth runner with the same pattern. So you guessed it, that pattern's going to be in a few places around this apartment. And I think that helped me get an idea of like, I really like this and I think this is really cute and what we actually end up like kind of going with. And I believe we actually end up changing the wall color from like that yellow to, I think it was purple, I think is what I actually landed on in the end. And just adding in a little bit of clutter over here on the wall. And I truly do like this apartment a lot. And I think it kind of, like, for the perfect sim, this is an amazing apartment. Does that make sense? Like, so let me know, like, do you have a sim in mind for this place? Like, I didn't actually really think about what this sim would be like or what they did or anything like that. But, like, let me know if one pops into your mind, because I'd love to hear, like, you know, what your thoughts are on, like, who would live here. And I do end up putting, like, a giant built-in, like, I was going to say dining space. We're working on the dining space. An office space in here, like a big built-in desk area, which is so lovely. So definitely a sim that, you know, might like to utilize that. And I will say, so this is kind of interesting. I don't feel like I build in Evergreen Harbor's apartments very often, but this apartment has what looks kind of like a little balcony on the side. You'll see the door off over on like the other side of the build. I couldn't like put anything out there, so just FYI, I don't know, it could be one of those things, like I know that when you do not the neighborhood action plans, but when you like basically you upgrade like the town, things change, so I'm wondering if that changes. Do you know what I mean? So maybe you can't really use it in like a balcony kind of way, so let me know if you've actually played through Evergreen Harbor to see what all of those like transitions look like, to see like, you know, does that change to something else? I don't know, let me know. But I don't know if I've actually ever built in this particular apartment, because I don't feel like I remember there being a balcony that I couldn't do anything with, but I do leave it there and I just thought it looked so cute. And we do end up using this rug, and then I found that like plant pot kind of thing over in the corner that looked so perfect. And y'all, I do something really funky with this couch, and you know what? We are going to embrace it. Like, I really genuinely had so much fun making this apartment. Like, I was just like, you know what? It's already a rainbow apartment. Like, who's to say that we're not going to do something really weird with this couch? You know what I mean? Like, let's just go for it. You know what I mean? Like, let's just embrace the, like, insanity that is, you know, this apartment. So I added in that little cushion. I kind of just raised it up, and like those are technically like chairs, but I put them on there kind of like they were pillows, since there's so much seating space. And I will say that your sim can actually lounge on that end piece over there. Like, your sim can get around that like plant in the corner. So, you know, don't worry about that. I did play test it, and this has been play tested. All this stuff works, so you shouldn't have any kind of issues. And if you've been watching my recent videos where I talked about all my builds catching on fire, This one didn't catch on fire, although there is no fire pit or, fireplace. So maybe that's it. But so that was nice. When I was playtesting it, I didn't have to deal with anything being set on fire. So anyways, that's that's a random aside. But yeah, just adding in a little bit of clutter here. And over here is where we actually end up putting that big built-in that I was talking about for like an office space. And I started with this rug from the Decor to the Max kit, but I do end up swapping it out. The rug we swap it out for is like super pretty and bright. It may be from the movie stuff pack, but the movie hangout pack, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember exactly because I don't really use it very often, but basically I try to use all of the rugs and things that, I don't usually get a chance to use because they're so bright that they don't really fit places. And I loved how like funky this built-in looked, like the rounded. I don't really use that like rounded cabinetry very often from the Dream Home Decorator kit, but it had like these really pretty swatches. I do end up swapping it to like the yellow, which I thought was really cute, and kind of replaced the yellow wall color we had, you know what I mean? So we still get that pop of really pretty yellow. And I just thought it looked so lovely with the pink and the purple and everything. And then just, of course, cluttering up all of the shelves because I can't help it. Like, I just love it. It just looks so lived into me and just like really cute, and like all their storage and everything like that. And I'm not gonna lie, like, there's so much color in here. Like it is crazy to me how much color I packed in here. I feel like it's one of those, like, I guess kind of like the Decor to the Max kit, that like maximalism, like where I feel like whenever I do that kind of style, that like I have to trust the process, that like I will get there and it will look cohesive, even if while you're doing it, it feels really chaotic and like it's not going to match. But eventually, you get to that point where it's like, oh, okay, it kind of like melds together, you know what I mean? And oh, I forgot to mention, when I was doing the kitchen, I added that kind of like makeshift like island piece kind of in the middle. Your sim can't use it as an island, but I like it, like to think of it that way. And your sim can get around it. It's not going to cause any issues in terms of like being able to use the kitchen. And I just thought it looked so cute there. And then just adding like this to me was kind of like, sometimes I have like an entry table in my builds where I put like, like the keys and the change and stuff. And basically that's what that ends up being there in the hallway. And I'm not going to lie, I love, like, I know I'm about to start on the the bedroom in a minute, but I love the way the bathroom came out. And I know that sounds so silly, but I really do. And shocker, we use that same pattern in here with the rug and the curtains. And don't worry, I think it really does come together. I know that it's a lot, but I think it does work well, especially like if you really do like colorful like living situations. Now, obviously, if you are more of a like neutral color person, this is going to be really intense. But I do like the idea, and I just think it looks so cute. Like this really quirky sim lives here, maybe really eccentric, I just thought it was so fun. And I do end up, I think I actually swap out those like skateboards on the wall for, I think it's like that, the mirror. You'll see it in a minute. Like, it was hot pink. It's so cute. It kind of reminds me of a flower, but I don't really think that's how you would describe it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think that's super accurate, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. And just adding in a little bit of clutter. And your sim can get around the bed, all that kind of good stuff. So your sim shouldn't have any issues getting around. And I think it just came together so nicely here. And just adding in the cute little cupcake pictures on the wall, because I felt like they matched really well here. And then I also actually include laundry in the bathroom. So this is a pretty like full apartment in terms of just like amenities, I guess. And because I don't always use laundry, but I kind of like it as a realistic touch. And we add in like the snowy escape shower, and this bathtub is pink and lime green. I had no idea. I don't think I've really ever used that bathtub, but it worked so perfectly in here. It made me so incredibly happy. I'm not kidding. Like, I was like, this is amazing. I was so excited. And we end up having the laundry set, like the washer dryer over in the corner next to the sink. And we also add in like the little hampers underneath that window there, and move the toilet to the other wall along with some storage. And I will say, before I play tested it, the sim did not want to use the bathtub. I think the toilet was too close or something, but what is uploaded on the gallery is like good to go. Like, your sim shouldn't have any issues getting around. And on that note, it is up on the Sims 4 gallery if you would like to download it under my ID, Spice and Sprinkles, all one word, all lowercase, and down in the description if you want to see it written out. So, you know, be sure to download this and use this if you would like to. And like I said, not remind me, oh my goodness, let me know if you have like a sim in mind for this, because I really am truly curious as to like the sim you would actually put in this house. And I think it just came together really well, just adding a little bit of clutter in here because, you know, I just couldn't help myself. It needed to be there, all of the color. And I think I ended up putting basically a rainbow rug in here. And honestly, it was perfect. It was so perfect. I don't think I've ever used it, but I took the opportunity because I had it. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope you have a really sweet day. Bye, everybody.